right, Arkansas and Oklahoma State. We've got the Oklahoma State Cowboys, 7.5-point home favorites, 62.5 the total in this game. Lots of money this week early on Arkansas because this opened 9.5. It's down to 7.5 now. So a lot of people liking Arkansas, and Arkansas looked awesome. Taylon Green looked awesome in his debut with the Razorbacks. The Boise transfer at quarterback looked good. Even throwing the ball, he looked more effective than he did at Boise. And we know what he can do athletically. They've got some weapons to work with. Bobby Petrino back in the fold as the OC for Sam Pittman here at Arkansas, and he looked like he didn't skip a beat. Calling plays. And that's the one thing about Bobby Petrino. Say what you want about the stuff off the field and the shit that went down when he was the Arkansas head coach before a long time ago. He's always been a pretty capable offensive play caller, and he kind of showed that last week. But I do want to caution people. Arkansas Pine Bluff is not a good FCS football team. Not at all. So while that looked absolutely impressive, and I thank Arkansas for cashing the over for me in that game all by themselves, scoring the points needed to put that game over the total. Be careful. Pine Bluff's not a very good FCS team. Oklahoma State played an FCS team as well, but here's the difference. South Dakota State, arguably the best team in FCS football. Certainly one of them. No question about that. Oklahoma State got tested over the weekend in Stillwater by South Dakota State, and they won that game pretty convincingly, pretty handily. I definitely have to give Oklahoma State a little bit of an upgrade in power ratings after a performance like that against arguably the best FCS team going right now, South Dakota State, 44-20. I like that Alan Bowman didn't make many mistakes, and that's all he's got to do. You're a veteran quarterback. You've been around forever. Too many times last year, too many bad decisions out of Alan Bowman. Just be good with the football, secure it, ball security, don't turn it over, let Ollie Gordon, this incredible running back and run game that you have, do the rest because he's outstanding. And a much improved Oklahoma State defense. Let them do the rest as well. They brought back most of over 90% of their returning production from last year back on this Oklahoma State team. There's a lot of people liking Arkansas here, but I'm not one of them. I haven't bet Oklahoma State. I don't know if I'll bet Oklahoma State here, and we always talk about them. Oklahoma State is a favorite. Oklahoma State is a favorite. That's not the time you want to bet on them with Mike Gundy, but boy, they were impressive and they did cover easily as a favorite last week against South Dakota State. I wouldn't be joining the steam on Arkansas. Let's put it that way. I got to see more than just playing Pine Bluff at home, one of the worst teams in FCS, before I'm convinced. I really like Oklahoma State. I was high on Oklahoma State coming into the year. I would not fade them now, only laying 7.5. This is another game I think we could see some points. I agree with the move up in the total. I still have worries about that Arkansas defense, worries about them against the run, which may not be what you want to have when you're facing, I think, one of the better running backs in the country in Ollie Gordon here for Oklahoma State. C-Mac, what do you think here? Razorbacks, Cowboys.
Yeah, this is a game I when I went through it, I just didn't jump and want to bet anything here. I think the total is pretty sharp if you look at both those scores. And what do we get? A little bit more defense. Oklahoma State with the great first win, week 1. If Ollie Gordon could just pound it. And Arkansas was pretty good. Their defense, 80th overall. They had their hit and miss. They played a little bit better in stretches last year. Gave up 28 points, but they gave over 100, almost 160 on the ground, 154. So if they can't stop Gordon, he should just run wild in this one. And this is just a huge step up. Now on the road, Arkansas Pine Bluff 70-0, 10 possessions, 10 touchdowns. I think they had just easy. And I'm not a huge Taylon Green. He's pretty dynamic. He had his ups and downs. Can he, big road game here for him? I don't know. Maybe they could hang around in this game. And you mentioned it. Oklahoma State got it done last week. That was another game I didn't look at it too much. I didn't want to take Oklahoma State, but they got the cover. Big win. It was at 44-20. And I don't want to lay it here with them because I think this could be close in the end. And I think the total is pretty sharp. I think we get points, but does this get over? Does this get into a shootout? Or, these defenses play a little bit better? Still big question marks for me. The week 2. Week 2ism. I'm going to keep going after. Need to see more.
Need to see more. Like I say, I'm impressed enough with Oklahoma State last week against a much better opponent than what Arkansas faced. I ain't going against them laying 7.5 there.